I've been a part of the YouTube ecosystem for a long time now. 8 years, in fact, at least according to the latest video on Outcasts Studios. However, this is where it all started for me. This channel right here, the Derpcast. And recently, I got it back. Not because I was trying to, rather, but through the actions of trying to resolve a different issue. And that's what I'm here to explain now. This video in particular, I'm creating for a very specific reason. You see, for the last 2 years, despite the fact that I have been otherwise the uninterrupted host of Outcast Studios for the past, again, 8. For the past 2 years, my face, has been ID banned from the YouTube system. And while I would like to say that the issue has been resolved because of the restoration of this channel, I think I'll be getting a little bit ahead of myself there when I say I'm not entirely sure. So if you'll just sit down with me for a brief moment, I'd like to explain to you what the hell's been going on with me for the past couple of days. So it all started when I got this email through from YouTube support. Hi, the Drifter Reacts. We've reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of community guidelines. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube. We know that this is probably very upsetting news, blah blah blah, casual corporate speak that's the same in every email because they don't actually care about you. But I was surprised at this, because neither of my videos did. In fact, the edgiest thing I said in any of those videos is, if you speak on my behalf about my politics, then I will, go beep beep, meow, and you will go ka-thunk splat, in much more non-cavemen terms. And even then, it was a joke. And very obviously a joke as well. But either way, this really pissed me off, because I'd already made 2 brand new videos with my new and still improving, because it's definitely not done, setup behind me. You know, the space window. And I'd put a lot of effort into setting all of this up to make those videos, so I decided to go and have a bit of it on Twitter. In a now deleted thread on my Twitter, I atted Team YouTube, and I basically said, hey, what the fuck you guys, in nicer terms. And through talking to Team YouTube, as you can see, they did do something for me. That was restoring this channel, as well as this channel. A VOD channel that I used to use to upload Twitch highlights from 2021, I think, thinking about it. Neither of these 2 channels I was expecting to get back, nor did I ask for them back recently. You see, to understand why I've got these 2 channels, and why they are banned to begin with, we've got to jump back to 2022. You see, back in 2022, I was the victim of a phishing scam. Someone hid some malicious coding inside of a piece of software that I'd downloaded for completely legal and legitimate purposes that stole all of my passwords to all of my YouTube accounts. But it wasn't just my YouTube accounts, it was everything. Discord, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything got scraped. And what they did specifically with my YouTube channels is to every single one of them they uploaded videos like this. Undetected OneTap v3 crack fix free download 2022 actual working 2022 fixed and undet. And as you can probably tell, YouTube didn't like that all that much. Especially because this wasn't the only one. There was like 5 put on each of my individual channels, and at the time I wasn't home to deal with this. I was out eating to celebrate the success of Outcast Studios. But either way, when I found out at the dinner table, I was frantically trying to delete the videos. I was securing all of my accounts at the same time, and unfortunately, because of how long it took to make sure everything I had was safe, and that by the time I deleted the videos they couldn't just get back into my channels and re-upload them, they got deleted. All of them. All 5. Including Outcast Studios, which, at the time, I repealed. I repealed all of them, I'm pretty sure, and the only one they gave me back was Outcast Studios. And I was thankful, you know? And I assumed that because they gave it me back, they understood that it was the hacker that had done all of this, you know? Considering they made the decision to give me back the keys to my car, they gave me back ownership of my main channel, or at least what was my main channel. So I assumed, okay, I get it, maybe this is my punishment for being a victim, you know? Maybe because my accounts were so insecure, unsecure, whatever word you want to use there, they've been taken away from me permanently. And that was fine, you know? I was upset, especially because this channel, the one that you're watching this on now, the Derpcast, was my first ever channel on YouTube. My earliest video on YouTube dates back to 2014, exactly 10 years ago now, which is insane to me, to be completely honest. Genuinely just... But that's how long I've been doing this for. That's how long I've wanted to be a YouTuber for. 10 years. I'm 22 years old. I've been doing this since I was 12, and I was really upset that they got rid of this channel at the time, but ultimately I was just happy that I had what was my main one back. A little further down the line, this isn't relevant, so I'll just include it now. Outcast Studios was taken down, because of what I now know was the face, but I managed to save the channel by giving up ownership of it and just becoming the face of it. The Keemstar defense. And it's still not owned by me just for safety reasons. I made a video saying that it was finally back in my hands, but that was more just a metaphorical thing. For safety reasons, it is still not technically mine. But even then, this is not going on that channel. One, because I don't want to risk that channel, and two, because I don't know if I'm ID banned. That's what's confusing. Because, if we jump back to where we were, after YouTube support got me back the Derpcast and Outcast VODs, I then asked them again, and I'll quote this exactly, "Thank you again. I can't express just how much I appreciate you all taking a second look. Even if there's no chance of the channel being restored, knowing why it was removed beyond just the copy-paste message is incredibly helpful. The channel URL is here." Because again, they didn't tell me why. They just said spam and deceptive practices, which neither of those videos were. One of them was a Lunchly drama video, and the other was a Tommy Innit video. Clearly breaking fucking YouTube's policies there. And they got back to me and they said, "Looks like your channel was suspended for circumvention. If you think this was a mistake, fill out the appeal form for your original terminated channel and not your new channel," which I did, despite the fact, and this will be important, that this happened 2 years ago. And I put back, and I'm including this because I want to show you that I've been nothing but polite this whole time, because I'm tired of being polite. I see. Thank you kindly. Hopefully enough time has passed that YouTube staff have been able to see that I was not responsible for the original issue that caused said ban. Again, thank you. And they said, not a problem at all, right? So, I submitted my ban appeal for the original channel that was banned. And because there were 3 of them that are still banned, let me just show you. Because there was Chloe Hartigan, Outcast Studios VODs, and Your Evening ASM Artist that were still banned, 3 of them, I decided to go with the one that I knew I had the best shot with. Or at least in my own opinion I did. Your Evening ASM Artist. Because it's in the name. It was clearly an ASMR channel. And I said as such in my quest to have the channel unbanned. You see, they didn't just give me the normal form to fill out, they gave me the hack suspicion form, or whatever it is they call it. I don't particularly know, because it's never actually mattered. But it's the one where you put in, you know, what video you remember last, where you last remember accessing your account from, all of that stuff, and then they give you one slot to put your evidence in. And because they only give you one slot, I sent them a video. And this is that video. I'm filling in the supplemental information part of my application to repeal my YouTube ban, and there's only one slot for information, so I've decided to create a video to include all of that information. The first thing I wish to show you is this, a screenshot of the emails I received about the videos that ended up being put on my channel some 2 years ago. Here is an email I received with my first ever comment on what I believe to be my first ever video that I put up on this channel. As you can see, the title matches quite well to the theming of the channel, given that it was an ASMR channel. A subscription of mine that I was quite proud of. Another comment on another video that I did make, theming quite well with the channel. A spam comment I received on my channel that I was not responsible for. Another subscription, another comment. And then of course you can see here a content ID copyright claim on a video that I did not make. As you can see, the title does not at all match with the content of the channel, and it is not something that I made or endorsed. A notification of content being removed from my channel, again, that has nothing to do with the type of content I make on an ASMR channel. And one thing I would like to show you here is an email from the 30th of August 2023 to verify the account name on Reddit, Your Evening ASM Artist, which is an account I do own, which as you can see was made on August 30th, 2023, with an icon that includes the character and background featured prominently on the original channel. I'm not sure if that type of evidence matters to you or not, but it is proof that I was dedicated to the theming of the channel. The last bit of information I wanted to show you was that I actually owned and organized all content that was originally to be put on the channel into one folder. As you can see here, we have an ASMR folder called ASMR test_AME. If I right click on this folder to open up its properties, you can see that it was created on the 24th of May 2022, and that all content inside on the sidebar 24th of the 5th 2022, 4th of the 6th 2022, 4th of the 6th 2022, 28th of the 6th 2022, 25th of the 5th 2022, 10th of the 6th 2022, 28th of the 6th 2022, 28th of the 6th 2022, 4th of the 6th 2022, 28th of the 6th 2022, 24th of the 5th 2022, 24th of the 5th 2022, 10th of the 6th 2022. All content in line with what was being created on the channel at the time, and very obviously not themed around hacks and cracks for video games. I would like to also show that the channels taken down for the same attack that occurred on my email when all of my passwords were compromised took down channels that have since been reinstated very, very recently, as it was found that I was initially correct, and that it was proven that my account was indeed compromised, and that it wasn't me responsible for the content that had been produced. My final piece of evidence is this box here. As you can see on the front, it says 3DO, and if we look inside, it is revealed that we have an officially branded 3DO ASMR microphone in here. Something that I bought a long time ago, because I started an ASMR channel, because I was really passionate about it and wanted it to take off. This thing is a $400 microphone. And you want to know why I have a $400 ASMR microphone? Because I was starting an ASMR channel, not a video software cracking channel. If I was going to throw away my channel, why would I have a $400 ASMR microphone? I am more than willing to give you any more information you could need in order to help repeal the decision that was made 2 years ago now on this channel, simply because I would like to get it back, but mainly because it was revealed to me very recently through contacting YouTube support that the cause of removal of the latest channel I tried to create myself, rather than just act as the face of, was removed for circumvention of being banned. And, well, while I do enjoy hosting the other channels that are so graciously provided to me by my employers, I would also like to be able to create my own once again. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a nice day. Obviously, the one I sent into YouTube support wasn't as blurred. That's only for this instance of the video, because there's some things in there that I don't want to share with the general public. But, in my opinion, common sense weighs out, you know? It adds up. And I want to make it very, very clear, as I have done and will continue to do in this email chain I'm about to read you out, that I don't want the channel back. I don't know how much clearer I can make that. I don't want the channel back. I understand you don't have the data to restore it. All I am after is a way to prove to you that I was not the one that caused those issues. I was not the one that uploaded those videos. Wasn't me. And I don't care how hard it is, and I don't care how long it takes. Whatever you ask me to do, I will do it. And I've made that very clear in this next email chain. So after I sent them that video, this is what they sent me. Automated response, first of all. Hi, thank you for your patience. We understand you're inquiring about a potential hijacking. No, I'm not. Unfortunately, data is no longer available for the date of your potential hijacking. There are no further actions we can take for you to regain access to your account. I've made it very clear I don't want that. User data privacy is important to us. No, it's not. You're Google. And in order to maintain your privacy, our data retention policies require your data to expire after a period. Yes, but that doesn't mean you do that, and it's very obvious you don't. Due to these policies, there's insufficient info for us to investigate this incident further. How convenient. We're sorry about this difficult outcome, as we know it isn't what you were expecting. To make sure your account is secure, this was 2 years ago, clearly it is because there's not been another incident like this. Learn more about how to secure your YouTube account. And I responded back, hello, thank you for getting back to me, even though it's an automated bot. because I wanted to be nice. Even if this channel cannot be recovered, I do not appreciate being ID banned from the site for the actions of a third party from 2 years ago. Could I ask you to please use the evidence I have already previously provided, as well as any further evidence I would be happy to provide to at least clear my name, so that I can claim ownership of a channel in the future. Thank you. And that was at 8:34, 5 days ago, and they send me a new email. Hi, Drifter. Thanks for replying. Due to Google's retention policy, all user history data from our system is not permanent and will expire after a certain period of time to protect and maintain users' privacy. You don't care about that. Stop lying! Because of this, we are unable to take further action and to further investigate this issue to determine whether the Google account was compromised or not. Our internal team does not have enough data from our system from the reported hijacking date to further review the issue. We understand you wish to recover your channel. I don't! I have said this several times now. We have forwarded your concerns to the creator support team, and they will send an email to you for further support within 24 hours. Hopefully they'll read my email. Please wait for their response. We regret any inconvenience this may have caused you. No, you don't, you AI piece of shit. Your understanding is well appreciated. Yes, I do understand the situation I'm in. I'm being fucked. Feel free to reach out if you have any further questions. Regards, Google YouTube team. And then, as they said they would, they followed up with a creator support email. Hi there, I hope you're doing great. I heard that our specialized team won't be able to proceed with the investigation following the hijacking report as there is not enough data. I also recognize your frustration about the channel being terminated and your desire to clear your name. This just reads like ChatGPT. Let me share information to shed light on this matter. While we have no specific process for your request to clear your name, in terms of the channel being terminated, usually you will get an email explaining the reason for the termination. So you've already dismissed my claim. None of the information after this matters, but I'll read it out anyway. Now the only option we can offer is to go through the email, as there is information on how to respond or resolve it aside from the reason why the channel was terminated. Usually for this, the available option is to submit an appeal. When you submit an appeal, it was 2 years ago, you won't let me. I can't appeal anymore. Either way, I responded back. Thank you for your response. The thing is, back when all of this first happened, I did submit an appeal for this channel to be restored, and looking back through the support logs, my request was accepted. However, I am only left to assume, at the end of the whole ordeal, I then went on to appeal my other channels, and that in the process of appealing those channels, the decision to repeal my ban on this channel was also re-appealed, and I don't know why. Would sending over these old support chat logs help clear my name? Now, when it comes to this particular email, admittedly, I can't confirm whether or not I did actually appeal that channel. I've got no records of it at all on my side, and they don't have any records of it on their side either. It was 2 years ago, and if they can use that as a defense, so can I. Either way, they then go on to say, "Hi there, thanks for writing back. Thank you for the clarification regarding your previous appeal. I understand how confusing the situation must be, especially with the back and forth on your channel's status." You're telling me. Sending over the chat logs can only help to clarify the issue, but this doesn't resolve the termination. We only have one process for channel termination, and that is via the appeal. So you're stupid. Either you wait for the appeal result, or if you receive an update already, that means the decision is final and came from an extensive review. No, the fuck up it didn't. Your extensive review can review a 2-hour video for a 30-second clip in 2 minutes. And if that doesn't sound a little off to you, then perhaps I'm just speaking to a brick wall. Things may go unfavorable at times, but thank you for your effort to sort this out. Our team is dedicated to ensure that this policy is well reinforced. So you're stupid. Getting very clearly fed up of being responded to by a bot, I put, "In that case, I'd like you to please escalate this issue higher up the command chain, as I am innocent and have been punished for 2 years now for the crime of only being a victim of a phishing attack. If your standard manner of resolving these things isn't going to work, then I'd appreciate it if you could connect me to someone higher up that I can talk to. Thank you again." Because obviously I was getting nowhere, and I assumed that if I could speak to a real person or someone that actually had any kind of common sense, I'd be able to strike at the very least a deal, okay? Because I know it's a little bit of a far-flung hope, but I assumed if I could get in contact with someone that I could speak to face to face, I could be persuasive enough to convince them to give me a deal. I don't know, Maybe let me delete all of my channels in return for the ID ban going away. I would sacrifice Outcast Studios. I would make that decision if it meant being completely free to create new channels again. But they responded back to me. Hi there. Thanks for your message. I understand your concerns and I want to assure you that we have thoroughly explored all available options. No, you haven't. At this point, it appears that we have exhausted every avenue for resolution. No, you haven't. I understand that this is not the outcome you are expecting. No, it really is. But I want you to know that you are free to voice how you feel about this. Cheers, Mitts. I think they started signing off with names because they thought, just as I thought, that that would convince me that they were humans. But then, the next name they give is Reinhardt. So no, I don't think you're a human. Hammer down on these. But I put back, I thank you for your efforts, but I hope you take no offense when I point out that not every option has been exhausted. I will declare once more, for clarity's sake, that I do not wish to get my channel back. I understand that it is forever lost. What I am after is simply a way to earn back my right to create new ones. In searching for a way to resolve that goal, I have seen that it is you who have exhausted every option, and for that I thank you. Tremendously so, as it has shown me how dedicated to your work you are. That is why I am requesting you please place me in contact with your manager or someone else in a higher position that I might be able to speak to, not necessarily through email. This is an unconventional issue, and as such it is going to require an unconventional method of solution. So please, I ask you to escalate my issue and place me in contact with either your manager or someone else whom I could speak to on a more personal level. Please. To be a YouTuber is all I have dreamed of since I was a child. 10 years. And the idea that it has been made impossible to me due to the actions of someone else is just something I can't bear. And they responded back. Hi Drifter, I hope this email finds you well. I am Reinhardt, a manager from YouTube's support experience team. No, you're a fucking Overwatch character. Do you expect me to take you seriously when the pseudonym you use is Reinhardt? Are you kidding me? You are not Reinhardt, you are a Talon drone. I am writing to address your request to have your YouTube channel reinstated and access to YouTube services restored. That's not what I wanted! You didn't even read my fucking emails! We understand that having your channel terminated and losing access to YouTube can be a significant concern. You don't understand shit! I can't even tell if you're human! We want to assure you that we take such matters seriously. Let me share some information about this. Upon review, it looks like our team has provided the correct information about this. This is just another bot pretending to be the manager. This is like picking up the phone when someone asks for the manager, going, "Hi, manager here. It's very clearly just another bot." And then it goes on to recap everything that they've already said, providing no new information, and then explaining what the policy says. Again, as if I didn't already know what it was I was being accused of. And I put back, still being nice. Thank you for getting into contact with me, Reinhardt. First things first, I would like to say, as per my last few messages, no, I do not want to get this channel back. I am writing to you as I am instead looking to clear my name and identity within your database, so that I am free to create new channels in the future. I understand it has been far too long since the original incident for you to repeal your ban on my channel. That I understand. However, I requested to speak with you specifically, or someone higher up in the command chain, as I know for a fact this kind of issue can't be resolved using YouTube's standard practices and procedures, which you have clearly demonstrated. Yes, my channel was hacked and terminated due to said hack, and no, I do not want it back. I am willing to do, in the most literal way possible, quite anything that would be required of me in order to instead have my identity itself unbanned. Again, as per my last email, this is undoubtedly an unusual set of circumstances, and an unusual issue. Because of this, I hope you can agree that it is going to require an unusual solution. I have asked for a manager here specifically, as I hope you will be able to see things from my point of view. However, if there is nothing you can do to help me, I am not in the business of giving up. I have wanted to be a YouTuber for the better part of 10 years of my life, and I refuse to give up on that dream due to the actions of another man pretending to be me. All I am asking is that we can sit down and hash out the details of a solution together. If there is not enough evidence on your end to affirm that my account was indeed compromised at the time, then I am more than willing to provide whatever data you might want, no matter how difficult it is to obtain. Failing that, I would ask that we again work out an unorthodox solution to this. I will state for brevity, there is nothing I will not do if asked of me, if it helps towards having my identity unbanned from the site. I hope to speak with you soon, and I hope you bring good news. Like I mentioned before, I will not be giving up on this endeavour of mine, as YouTube is the one thing I have always been passionate about, and something I consider worth fighting for. Regards. And you want to know what they replied with? To that emotionally moving email. YouTube creator support is here to help, and your opinion means everything to us. We'd love it if you could take 1 minute now to complete a survey. We look at every survey we receive and use the results to improve your support experience. Are you having a fucking laugh? Are you taking the piss? So yes, I'm angry, and yes, I'm tired of being nice. If this alone wasn't enough to prove to you that I wasn't the one to upload those videos because I'm fighting so very hard to get my identity back. If the common sense of owning an ASMR microphone worth $400 when I have $0 in my bank right now wasn't enough to prove to you that I wanted that ASMR channel, that it wasn't me uploading those cracks to it, what is? What could I possibly say to convince you? So is that it for me? 10 years of uploading to this hell site. And this is the thanks I get. A fucking survey as a response to my email. 9 channels over the course of 10 years on this site. I uploaded my first ever video on the 14th of April 2014. And on my first channel I stopped in the 18th of March 2015. After that, back when it was mine, I made Outcasts Anonymous, the channel that would later go on to become Outcast Studios and then the 13th Drifter. Do you want to know? Do you want to know how long I've been uploading to this channel for? 31st of January 2016, my first ever video on this channel. And do you want to know when I stopped uploading to this channel? Because you'll be surprised, because I have gone from the 31st of January 2016 all the way to the 13th of September 2024, and I'm not done. I'm not done. Do you know how many years that is? 8 years alone uploading to this channel. Consistently. At one point I was doing daily fucking uploads. Outside of that, you have Base Code Numerals, my shish channel. Still not owned by me because I'm not allowed to own a channel, but it's the one that I'm allowed to throw my less important ideas onto. I've been using it to upload a reading an audiobook series for my little sister. I've been doing that consistently for a long fucking time now, but beyond that I've made uploads to this channel from the 4th of April 2023 to the most recent, the 12th of October 2024. That's another year. Granted, it overlaps a little bit, but you can see that I was still doing normal content, not community-breaking content during that time. If we go over to Outcast Studios VODs, it was removed from YouTube for community guidelines. But you want to know what the joy is of being someone so utterly obsessed with keeping everything they've ever made? I have a nearly full 7.27 terabyte hard drive full of all the content I have ever made. And while I don't have the VODs anymore, because I put them on the VODs channel, you can see all of the components that went into the introductions, to the thumbnails. You can see that I was working on non-community guidelines breaking content. Although this is probably a bad example, to be fair, because I can't confirm if any of this broke community guidelines, because they were direct uploads from Twitch. So you know what? I'll take that one on the shoulder. I will take that one on the shoulder as many times as you need me to. Because this one being banned for having community guidelines breaking content, 1 out of 9. That wouldn't mean I would be ID banned from the site. You could have a valid ban against my name, and it wouldn't mean that me as a person would be banned, because every single other one would be valid. And I'm not even saying that this one is, or isn't, or whatever term would work here for my point. Because again, I don't know. Chloe Hardigan, another one that was removed for spam, deceptive practices, and scams. And you'd think, wouldn't you, that the deceptive practices here would be me pretending to be Chloe Hartigan. Well, guess what? I wasn't. This was an alternate reality game channel. Chloe Hartigan does not exist, nor was she trying to scam you of anything, spam you with anything, or deceive you of that point, because I made it very clear, from what I remember, could be wrong, it's been 2 years, I put it in the fucking channel description that it was an ARG. And if you couldn't tell from the channel description, because maybe it wasn't there, then you could from the video itself, because there was only one video on the channel, there was no community posts, and you want to know what that video was? Because I can show you, because I still have it. That was it. Don't you just feel spammed after that? Don't you just feel deceived? Don't you just feel scammed? Maybe of your time, but the point is... Hey! Look! With your fucking eyes! Jesus Christ. And if we go on to Outcast VODs, because you restored it, because I was right, you can see, again, from the period of the 4th of May, 2021, to the 20th of February 2022, I was still uploading normal content in line with all of my previous content. I don't understand how you can look at all of this information. Well, actually no, I can. You didn't. You froze me out with a fucking bot before I could even speak to a human to show them any of this information. That is the system you have designed, and I'm not gonna tell a lie. I know that you've done it on purpose. It's so very obvious that you don't actually want to be able to talk with the people at the bottom rung. Because if you did, you'd find out that your system was fundamentally broken. Sounds familiar. After they froze me out with that, "How well did we do, you guys?" questionnaire, this has been my next move. I have no idea if you're ever going to see this. I have no idea if YouTube's going to let me put this out. For all I know, putting this out on this channel, have the decision they made to ban and then unban the channel be reversed so that they ban it again. I don't know. I really don't. Because I own the Dubcast. Let's see what happens, shall we? I own this channel. I don't own those other two, but I own this one. Let's see what happens. Because if this channel then isn't deleted, then I have no idea what I'm actually banned for. Because that's where the confusion comes in. If I am ID banned, and it is very obvious that I own those other channels, not Base Code Numerals and Outcast Studios, but the Dubcast, and Outcast's VODs, or whatever. Pretty obvious that I own those, considering my face is in the videos on them. Why did you let me have them back, if I'm banned for circumvention? The content uploaded doesn't at all fit with the content on my channels, but it does in fact fit with the content on other channels that have been compromised and spammed and uploaded to. Then isn't it just obvious to anyone with eyes, ears, or a lick of common fucking sense that it wasn't me? I want to keep creating on this hell site, despite everything that I have had to put up with over the years. The bullying when I first started, the bullshit, fake copyright claims, my channels being repeatedly taken down and restored and hacked into and spammed to. You have battered me around this site for years, and my feet have stayed as firmly planted as they can. I want to continue creating. There's one channel on that list that I didn't talk about, Drifter's Tales. No subscriptions because there's no uploads, because it's a placeholder for when I finally finish the series that I've been working on for the better part of 2 years now. Scripted, shot for, sound effects collected for. It's in the development stage, but it might never make it if things continue to go wrong like they are right now. That series may never see the light of day. And while if I do get banned from YouTube fully, if I do get removed, I know I'll just go over to Twitch or somewhere else popular that I can create content. I'll try again, because I always will, because the only reason I keep living is to create, but not just to create, to have my creation seen, because I'm nothing if I'm not creating. And this site is what has enabled me to do that. Again, 10 years, I have been molded by this site, growing up. What am I without it? I don't really want to find that out. But if, by some miracle, this channel remains, this one, the Dubcast, or whatever I change its name to, if by some miracle you see this video and you've watched this far, share it around. Please. Actually, no, I'm not even going to say please. I know you deserve a please, but I'm tired of being nice. Just let me have this. Please. Share it around. Make sure everyone sees it. Because this is the kind of bullshit that they will continue to get away with for as long as they can. Until it becomes an issue to the point where they have to address it. They won't. Because why would they? Because losing one little guy, letting one little guy fall through the cracks is fine. It's fine to them. They don't care. Because it's one little guy. They don't care that it adds up because, well, there's an infinite number of little guys dripping in. Thank you, Mr. Beast. But it's still not fair. And I know that sounds childish, but if YouTube wants to be childish like that, well, then they're going to get fucking childish in return. Share this video around, make sure to like it, spread the word that this is happening, please, because even if you don't think my content is worth it, some people do. And ultimately, it's not about whether you like the content I produce or not, it's about the principle of it, because if they can do this to me, they can do it to someone that you do like. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you when this is all sorted.